Welcome to this demonstration of accounts payable automation using WebCenter Imaging with Key from Image, presented by Lantern Consulting. The aim of invoice automation is to speed up the processing of invoices and to take the invoices out of the ERP system into a managed environment where they can be more easily managed and will not affect the performance of the ERP system. This demonstration will use Key from Image method. If you're interested in the Oracle Forms Recognition processing, please see our other videos. This diagram details the high-level flow of the WebCenter Imaging process. It shows both the Key from Image process and the Oracle Forms Recognition process as they are interconnected. This is the path that we will take for the Key from Image processing of an invoice. We will create a batch using an invoice prepared earlier. The invoice will be imported into the WebCenter Imaging server and passed on to the SOA process. We will then initiate a new invoice from within the eBusiness Suite environment and select that invoice that we have just sent through. We will read the details off the invoice image and enter them into the eBusiness Suite. We'll then save it when we have all that we need. We'll then permanently connect the invoice image and the invoice in the eBusiness Suite environment so that they can be referenced when desired. Okay, so let's start the demonstration. This is the invoice image that we'll be using. Note the invoice number. We'll check eBusiness Suite to make sure that that invoice does not already exist. Right, in Oracle Document Capture, we'll now create a new batch using that image. We'll now commit the batch, specifying a couple of metadata values. There's the invoice number. We'll define this as a PO and we'll set it as manual entry. You'll see this become important later on. We've now committed the invoice image. Now we'll switch across to the imaging server and we'll check the KFI input. This can be turned on or off. In this case it's already on. And we'll search for that invoice. Okay, so we'll open that up. That's the latest content ID. Yep, and that's our invoice. Okay, so now in eBiz we'll start the process of creating a new invoice. Click on the zoom control and select Process Invoice. That now takes us across to the imaging server and we'll select Manual Entry as we entered earlier on. You can see there's 3 entries in there. The last one is the one that we've just sent through. Open that up and there's our invoice. Now ordinarily an AP clerk would have 2 screens, have this on one screen and eBusiness Suite on the other screen, and they'd then take values off the image and enter them into eBusiness Suite. We don't have that, so we're going to flip between them. So I'll enter the PO number, click back, get the invoice date and enter that. Get the invoice number and enter that. And get the invoice amount and enter that. Now that's enough to save this invoice in its basic state, so we'll save that. We'll now switch back to the imaging server and complete this invoice, and that will bind the image to the invoice. You see it's disappeared from the list. We'll now go and reopen that invoice in eBusiness Suite. Do a search, enter the invoice number. There's our invoice, and note now that it has an attachment. I'll click on that. Click Open Document, And that's opened in the background, so we'll switch across to that. And there's our invoice. They're now permanently bound. If you'd like to know more about this process, please contact us on these details. Thanks for watching.